Hi Barflies, I am Lindsay and we are here for a 20-minute bar class. So this will work your full body. We're gonna do some stuff on the mat to warm up our core, and then we will grab a set of weights. So if you have some light weights, 1s, 2s, 3s, 5s if you're feeling spicy today, you can go ahead and grab them. We'll be there really short because we only have 20 minutes. And then we are going to hit our thighs, our seat, so our backside, and then we're gonna end with a little more core on the mat. So if you have something to hang on to, whether it's a chair, a bar, a wall, you just need something for stability. If you have really good balance and you don't need it, awesome. So we are here for 20 minutes and I cannot wait to work out with you. So let's get it going. We got 20 minutes of our bar, we're working everything. So we're gonna start on our mat with some bird dogs. So just coming into a quadra rep position, knees underneath the hips, hands right underneath the shoulders, roll those shoulders up, back and down. So you're just gonna start by extending one arm and the opposite leg, bringing it in, extending out, and then set it back down. We're just starting to warm it up right now, so there's no need to add extra weight. If you want to, you can go ahead and do that. Have a weight in each hand. So you're extending and bending, just adding a little bit more weight to it if you want. If not, this is just here to start to engage through that core. We're gonna do one more on each side, and then we're gonna drop down into a forearm plank. So we got one more here. Extend, pull everything in, extend out. Nice job. We're gonna drop down into a forearm plank. So you're gonna drop down onto those forearms, roll those shoulders up, back and down. Right away, I want you to curl those toes under, lift those knees up. Modification, then you drop those knees back down. That just makes sure that your knees are behind your hips. Roll those shoulders up, back and down, hold it here. We got a nice 30-second hold to start us off. So I want you to make sure, whether you're on your toes or on your knees, that you're not letting your hips sag. You're not piking them up towards the ceiling, not in a baby dolphin. You're just holding here nice and center and steady. I tried to meld those two words together. Roll those shoulders back. Lift the back of your skull up towards the ceiling. To give yourself a little double chin, you'll automatically engage that core when you do that. We're gonna go hip dips. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Tiny tic-tac to the right, back to center, and left, center. All right, center, left, center. If you're on your knees, same thing. Tiny little tic-tac. This will just add a little bit more support if you need it. If you don't and you are ready for the challenge, tic-tac side to side on those toes. Breathe. If you're like me, you're guilty of holding your breath through the hard part, so just try to breathe through it. We're holding in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, 1, back to the center and hold. Relax those shoulders. You're here for 5, for 4, child's pose, in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice job. Bring those toes together, knees apart. Just stretch it back, mostly to release your low back and your shoulders, because we're going right into those arms. Inhale and exhale. Slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Do a big shoulder roll for me. Grab your weights. So you don't have weights, you can always do this body weight. You don't have to. If you have something that's a little bit heavier like I do today, I'm rocking 3s. If that's too much for you, drop them halfway, who cares? So we're gonna come into a wide second. So toes are angled out to either side of your mat. Roll those shoulders up, back and down for me. Slide down that wall behind you. Ears over shoulders, over hips, over heels. Your knees are over your heels. Roll shoulders up, back and down. Sometimes I get into a groove. We're gonna go bicep curls in 3, 2, 1, up and down. Squeeze up and down. So a lot of times in wide second, I tell you to release your glutes. This time, feel free to squeeze them. So this, since we only have 20 minutes together, it is going to fly by. You're squeezing your glutes and your thighs. We're in this wide second for our arms, just so you can get a little bit more thigh work. And wide second is also awesome for those inner thighs and your pelvic floor and that deep core muscles. In 5, in 4, in 3, we're coming to the top, in 2, in 1, bring it up, extend out and hold. Flip those palms to each other, hold here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Palms go down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip them down, rotate your arms out. So now you're in a T position. Lift up and up, up and up. You're still holding steady with those legs, but anytime you need to come up, shake it out, do so. Those weights start to get really heavy. You can shake them out. You can drop them. No shame here. Do whatever you need to do. But just remember, you are strong, you are powerful, you are amazing. That's what I want you to leave feeling. Not defeated, not frustrated, just that you are progressing. Every day you're getting stronger. We're holding here in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, 1, and hold. We're gonna pulse it in and out in 3, 2, 1. You're pulsing in and down, out and down, in and down, out and down. So a little bit more full range. It should feel good on those shoulders and those biceps. Your thighs should be fired up. In and out, in and out. Beautiful, nice work. In and out. Holding long in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hold it in 3, in 2, 1. Extend and hold. Roll those shoulders back. We got a quick shake out in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Roll the shoulders back. We're coming right back into it. Pull the elbows in, sink down. Inhale, exhale, squeeze in, and in. So now we're gonna work the middle of that back. Then we're gonna extend all the way up to an X and come back to this W. In 4, in 3, in 2, 1. You're gonna push all the way up to the top, squeeze all the way down. Extend up, squeeze down. So working through those lats, pull down and squeeze. Up, pull down and squeeze. And also working through those glutes. Up and down. Just nice and slow. We're not rushing through this. Up and down. We got triceps after this in 5. In 4. In 3, you got a strong hold at the bottom. In 2. In 1, sink down and hold. Squeeze those elbows in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and out of it. Do a big shoulder roll. I'm gonna turn so you can see profile. We're gonna go into tricep kickbacks. So deep bend in those knees, hinge on forward. Weights come in front of you, palms face each other. Bring those weights into your shoulders, then kick them back. In and back, in and back, in and back. Just breathing freely, try not to hold your breath. That breath is what's going to help to increase that heart rate, your cardiovascular system, right? So it'll rev up that heart rate as you are building strength with those weights. You're gonna extend back and hold in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Extend and hold. Lift up, lift up. Triceps are probably my favorite part of arms. 8, 7, 6. Strong hold in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, 1. Up and hold. Relax those shoulders. We got one more round of full range. In 4, 3, 2, 1. In and back, in and back. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Extend and hold in 3, in 2, 1. Extend and hold. Relax those shoulders. Lift up one more inch. Hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Roll out those shoulders. I'm going to drop my weights. You are done with the weights. You do not need them anymore. Now you're going to grab your chair or come close to the wall, whatever you need. So we're going to go into our thighs. I'm gonna come facing you. We're gonna come into V position. So your feet are gonna start hips distance and parallel. Heels come together, toes turn out, nice wide Pilates feet. So this is one where you have a nice wide base and we're not lifting up very high. You don't have to use a wall if you, or a chair if you don't want to. It's there for support if you need it. Heels come up 2 to 3 inches, slide down that wall behind you. Ears over shoulders, over hips, over heels. So there's no hinging, pushing your booty back. There's no leaning back, just nice and centered. From here, you're holding. We're gonna go down and up in 3, in 2, in 1. You're going down and up, down, up, down, up. So knees are tracking over the big and second toe. Weight is in the ball of your foot. Squeezing those heels together. You have this nice diamond in between your knees. Down and up. There we go. Down and up. Holding in 8, in 7, in 6, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're holding here. We're pulsing down in 3, 2, 1. Pulse it down and down, down and down. So we're speeding up just a little bit. You're taking out the up. You're just pulsing down, down and down. Don't forget to breathe. Every time you inhale, you're breathing all the way down to your torso. Every time you exhale, it's like you're buckling up a seatbelt for your core. Down and down. For 5, 4, hold in 3, 2, 1. Down and hold, relax those shoulders. I'm gonna go do a quick shakeout. We're back to that down and up in 3, 2, 1. We're down 1, we're up 1. So we only have one thigh move. which is this, because we did thighs with those arms as well. And you have one seat move, but we have to do it twice because we have 2 legs. Down and up for 8, 7, 6, your final hold in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1, you're down and hold. If you want, you can remove those arms from your chair, maybe reach them up to the ceiling. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up, shake it out. All right, we're gonna go standing seat work. So you have the option to just keep one hand on the chair and work the outside leg, or you can turn and face your chair or your bar and just step a little bit closer and work the leg that's closest towards me to start. So I'm gonna do it both ways just so you can see. So we'll start parallel to you, facing you, feet are hip distance and parallel. We're gonna bring the outside leg out to the side, step it back at a 45-degree angle, square off those hips, bend a little bit deeper through that standing knee. You're gonna squeeze your glute to lift those toes up 1 inch. Squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze. So profile, this is what it looks like. Just lifting by squeezing that outside glute. Lift and lift. Your core is engaged as if there's a string right at the top of your head that is lifting you up towards the ceiling. Up and up, up and up. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up and hold. Now you're gonna turn your leg out, the inside of the thigh points forward. Lift up, squeeze and squeeze. So now you should feel it more towards the outside of that glute. So this is what it looks like parallel to you. Inside of my foot is pointing down, my thigh is towards you. You should feel it in that standing leg. That is also your worker, it's your stabilizer right now. This side is your powerhouse. Lift and lift. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold in 2, 1, up and hold. Bend your leg to 90 degrees, so your shin is gonna cross your midline. You're gonna lift up and up. Feel it in the outside of that thigh. So face on. My toes are pointing toward the opposite side. My knee is still facing forward towards you. Up and up. We're here for 8, 7, 6. You're gonna push it back in 5, 4, hold it up in 3, in 2, 1, up and hold. Squeeze back and back, back and back. So now you're moving that toe closer towards the opposite side. Squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze back and hold. I want you to lift your knee up and out. Squeeze back and hold. If you want more, you're lifting that bottom heel into that releve for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down and out of it, shake it out. All right, we're going to the opposite side. So if you have a chair, you can bring it to the opposite side. You can face your chair, whatever is good for you. So feet will be hip distance and parallel. I'll show you, then I'll turn. So we're working that opposite leg. So leg goes out, step it back, square off those hips, slight bend in that standing knee. You're gonna lift your leg up, squeeze up, and up. So if you don't have something to hang on to, you have really good balance, that's okay. Even if it's just the wall, you can tap the wall. This will challenge your core a little bit more without something to hang on to. But don't feel bad if you need it. I always need something to hang on to. I don't have the greatest balance. I blame my children in that a lot of times. Up and up. We got that turn out. The inside of your thigh will point forward in 4, 3, 2, 1, up and hold. Inside of your leg points out. Your leg is still back. You're lifting up and up, up and up. So now the outside of that foot is pointing out towards the ceiling instead of out towards the side. You should be feeling this more in the outside of your thigh and glutes. Lift and lift. We got that bent lift in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up and hold. Bend your leg to 90 degrees so my toe is pointing towards you. Lift up, lift up, lift and lift, up and up. So facing you, squeeze and squeeze. You can see my toe pointing, pinky out from the other thigh. We got that back and across in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze in 3, 2, 1, up and hold. Squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze. As you hear, I want you to check out that bottom knee. Make sure you haven't locked it out. I noticed that mine was getting really straight, so I had to introduce that bend back into it. That bottom leg is shaking, that's okay. It's your stabilizing arm, you just worked it. Squeeze and squeeze. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze back and hold. If you want more, that bottom heel lifts up, sink deep in that knee. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and out of it, shake it out. All right, we're gonna do a couple plie squats just to flush out those legs, then we're on your mat. So step it out nice and wide. You're gonna hinge forward 45 degrees and stand all the way up. Inhale down, exhale up, down and up. This will just help to release those hip flexors. If yours are really tight like mine always are. Inhale down, exhale up for 5. For 4, we're on your mat. In 3, in 2, in 1, stand it up. We're down on your mat. We're coming into curl. So sitting on down, plant those feet. Fingertips will come underneath your thighs, thumbs on top. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. So you're gonna start by dropping your low back down towards the mat. So start to roll it down. As you do, walk those feet back. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and over that abdominal wall, right where you would wear a heart rate monitor. Elbows stay out nice and wide. Imagine you have that apple or that orange right underneath your chin. You're not tucking your chin down, but you're not pushing it out. So pull the back of your skull back, lift up and over, down, up and down, up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. Nice and slow. Not trying to death grip your thighs, but just a nice light touch. Modification, you don't go down this far. You want to challenge yourself, you're rolling down even further, and your movement will be even smaller. You're here for 8, 7, 6. We're gonna hold on that down in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Sink down and hold. From here, you're gonna tuck your pelvis under, so it's a tiny tuck and release. Tuck, release. So that's really gonna work your lower core and help with that pelvic floor. Tuck, release, tuck, release. So it's a super small movement. You should barely be able to see it on me. You'll barely be able to see it when you're doing it, but it should really start to fire up that low belly. Tuck under, release. We're gonna hold that tuck in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, 1. I want you to tuck in and hold. Now curl your chest up and over and hold. Maybe one arm comes off, maybe both arms come off. We're gonna roll down for under bar in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Scoot it forward, roll it down. All right, relax your core for a second. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, knit those legs together. All right, plant those hands down. Lift your left leg up into tabletop. Exhale the right leg up into tabletop. So we're gonna scissor out those legs. You have 2 options. Option number 1, your legs will stay in this tabletop form. Option number 2, they're gonna extend up towards the ceiling. So I'll walk you through both. The modification, you're gonna lower the shape of the right leg down. Exhale up, inhale left leg down and up. Just walking it out nice and slow here. If you would like more, legs extend, you're gonna scissor them out. Just slowly walking them out. Still breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe working through both those modifications. If you're finding that it's traveling into your hip flexors and not just your low core, you can go back into this tabletop form. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, come back to the top, and 2, and 1, you're back to the top. Whether your legs are bent or they're extended, super glue them together. You're gonna lower them 1 inch and hold. For 4, we're down and up in 3, and 2, 1. So you're gonna bring them down, down, exhale, up, up. So if your legs are extended, you're going down to whatever your low point is. Exhale, bring them back up to that diagonal. If you're in that tabletop, lower them down to whatever your low point is. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Slowly bring them up. Modification, you can put your hands right underneath your sacrum to give you a little bit of stability. More challenging, your hands are right beside you. So you focus more on your core to keep that low back stable. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're gonna come down to the bottom and hold in 3, in 2, 1. You're gonna hover and hold. Maybe you can extend those legs out. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. All right, we got a bridge. So plant those heels down. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. You're gonna tuck your pelvis under like we did in that core, so your low back is gonna touch the mat. Squeeze your glutes to lift those hips up about 3 to 4 inches. From here, you're down 1 inch, you're up 1 inch. Down and up. So this is gonna go back into that backside while still working your pelvic floor. Down and up, down and up. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You're gonna hold at the top in 3, in 2, in 1. Up and hold. You're gonna take your left leg and extend it up. Your right leg stays down. You're gonna go down 1 and up 1, down and up. Modification, that foot can plant on top of your right thigh, or you could just put those left toes on your mat and lift that left heel up nice and high. You're gonna hold at the top in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold for 4, 3, switch sides in 2, and 1. Left foot comes down. Either right heel lifts up on top of your thigh or up towards the ceiling. Down 1, up 1, down and up, down and up. This is our last move. We're almost to that little bit of stretching at the ends. For 5, for 4, hold it in 3, in 2, 1. Up and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant both those heels down. I want you to lift up 1 inch, down 1 inch. For 5, for 4, we're gonna hold at the top in 3, in 2, 1. Up and hold. You're rolling down in 3, in 2, 1. Roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Really rock through that back, and then hug those knees in. Rock it side to side. You did it, 20 minutes, we killed it. That went by so fast. All right, rack and roll the length of your spine till you reach the top. We're gonna flip it over, super quick stretch. Left foot steps forward, right foot back, sink down into that lunge position. If you want a quad stretch, you're gonna reach your left hand back, grab your right foot, hinge forward and pull that heel back into your hip, or back into your seat. Inhale, and exhale, and release it. Switch sides, right foot forward, left foot back, hinge forward. You're feeling in that hip flexor. If you want that quad stretch, right hand reaches back this time, grab the left foot, square your shoulders off, hinge forward, pull your heel in towards your seat. Inhale, and exhale, and release. Coming into a child's pose, sitting on your heels, whatever feels good. Take a couple more stretches if you need it. As always, drink lots of water. I am so glad you joined me for 20 minutes. We knocked it out of the ballpark. Now you can go on with your day or whatever you need to do, or stack this with another workout. Cannot wait to see you again on the mat.